Did you give Hector Vion the map? Did you give Hector Vion the map with the victim's houses marked on it? I gave nothing to Achilles, Hector, or any other Greek. Call in the witness, citizen Jean Rude. Jean Rude in the flesh. You'll not speak unless called upon. Naturally, of course. What went missing during the burglary? My house was the first one to be robbed, and in my case it was mostly valuables. At Roux's house, he will not say it himself, and I do not want to go to prison. It was the letters he had exchanged over the years with King Louis. Monarchist! Royalist, technically, it's the term. I think it was the... Maybe that's a modern term to contrast with it, but I don't know. Salan did not lose a thing. He shot that vermin in the act. That is what he said. What happened to the items he had stolen? That still remains unknown. According to Salan, Hector had nothing with him. Ferdinand suspected he had hidden the other valuables somewhere. He hid the other items before robbing the last house? Strange. Advance payment in the form of a map. Its disappearance. Oh! Brain is whirring. Brain is whirring. Brain might not be good, but brain is whirring. What if he didn't like the second guy? And so, I'll pay you to do this, and you rob from these two guys, and take their reports and letters. What are you afraid of? Monsieur le Juge, the crowd behind me, and you know what? I do not want to go to prison, and Salan said that if I were to talk nonsense in court, I'd be sentenced to a few years. Is that true? Citizen Ferdinand Salan instructed you on what to testify? No, well, he might have offered some suggestions of how not to get into trouble by speaking gibberish. I'm rather a nervous person. I make sometimes trouble to some extent. For more than once, that's our bourgeoisie. You're one of the best locksmiths in Paris. I should deny it for modesty's sake, but I will not. That couldn't be true. There was a random thief from Orléans was easily able to open your locks. Well, then he must have been one of the best thieves in Orléans. Let's be serious, Monsieur le Juge. Every lock can be picked with the right talents, even my locks. Did you tell him how to open them? How to open the victim's trunks? I understand what you're implying, but consider this. If he sold the secret of my locks, my business would be over. Word spreads fast among thieves. I mean, here's the thing, is just logically... He was drinking with him? I don't think the charge is relevant. Do you recognise this map? No, I don't recall ever seeing it before. Ferdinand Salan claims he gave you this map as advance payment for your services. He claims what? The wicked wretch of a second-rate merchant. He gave me a scrap of paper as payment for making 3 locks and says it's supposed to be worth more than the 3,000 francs he owes me. Being judged while frauds remain at large. Science, so this map does belong to you. It doesn't. So where's the map you received from Citizen Salan? I lost it, but it wasn't even worth a loaf of bread, so I surely won't need to shed a tear. But if you have it, maybe you stole it from me. You ought to make a note of that. Olivier Mugler demands remuneration from Rude, Roux, and Salan. Did you mark the addresses on the map? Were you the one who marked the addresses of the 3 victims on the map? I didn't mark anything. The houses of your clients are marked on the map. I don't know who marked them. Maybe you should ask the person you found the map on. Maybe the court made the marks, and there's no memory of doing so. Do you not think there are too many coincidences in your story? You obtain the map, but lose it. Then it's found on the thief who has robbed your clients. I know nothing of coincidence. I only make locks. That, I don't think, is relevant. We're going to have him arrested, because I think it makes sense. Prison. Oh my God. Everyone hates me. I think I have to do prison. I've got to, I can't just, yeah. I think also it makes sense, logically. I sentence Citizen Mugler to prison. Take the convict away. Outrageous! How can you do that to an innocent man? Really? Oh, is that... We have the clues, strong evidence, and a convenient verdict, for the judge at least. But are you completely certain of his guilt? I'm really confused. Why do you not like it? Okay, what? So... You lose more from the one you than you gain. How are you meant to keep that up and not die? There must be little events that you can use. Look, an authentic map by Turgot. It would be pity if it rotted in a safe deposit box. You cannot do that. These are court deposits. Well, Mathilde did tell me long ago to take care of my study at home. There you go. I know someone who can remove these marks without damaging the map. Saying that while the kings are there. I'd like to point that out. The king is right there.
King Louis XVI. There were people who truly loved him. He reminded the French they had noble ancestors. Do not be manipulated by people who are not bearing the burden of responsibility. This saddened me. Someone had advised him to say that. Someone who was well aware of the cold, inevitable wind of change. I did not pity the king, but those who will come after him, as they will not have great ancestors.
Well, now thus, Frenchmen marched in the streets of Paris side by side, one line after another, to commemorate Jacques Guillaume Simonot, Maire of Étain. He was murdered by a furious mob, punished for a law he did not enact, but was obliged to observe. Freedom of speech killed him. If we understand this as the right to cast stones to show one's discontent, the right to murder people because you deem them responsible for your miserable life. Surely the people of Paris would prefer it if we said that nothing happened. Oh, the common folk have... Yeah, the negative is always two more than the positive. That seems really bad. How am I meant to... Oh, I'm going to die. Your son is rather good with the viola. He is both talented and enthusiastic. I'd prefer that he was enthusiastic about the law books I gave him. Maybe his destiny is to become an artist, not a lawyer. He's right there! Mother likes to hear me playing, and there is nothing more boring than law. See, he'd rather let his career rely on the humours of the people. I realise that's probably what we're doing, mate. There are many ways to rescue France. Believe me, our country desperately needs something to ennoble it. The power is in the hands of simple, illiterate people. Let him rescue their souls with music. I am just thinking about it. And thinking about that, like I'm letting myself be controlled in some way. But surely siding with the jury every time should give you a bonus. That you're not tyrannical, that you are focused with the common people. That is better than being laws and clauses. See what you're doing? You're spoiling my child. I do not have my own children to spoil, so I'm focusing on yours. Speaking of which, oh no. So no, after various important events, you may find yourself with an action forced upon you. On this day, you become the victim of your own decisions. So I have to take that, which means no. Actually, no, you're the one I want to survive with anyway. So because of my decisions, I have to go with Simonot. Attended the parade in memory of the lynched official. So these two go down, which I don't think is too bad. He goes up, which might be positive. It's not sufficiently positive. Never mind. Stay above the reputation. Stay above the reputation. Yeah. And then he gives them he doesn't give them a boost though. That's the weird thing. And there wasn't an event. What?
That is our new symbol of freedom. You can still smell the fresh wood.
Do you feel free looking at it?
Individuals like us do not need symbols, but France does. Did you hear the news of the day? People are running around like headless chickens and yelling about Louis and his entourage escaping Paris.
So, we will not be enjoying the aroma of fresh wood for long.
Monuments like that are not installed solely for the purpose of punishing thieves or lesser aristocrats.
Do you think it wants to taste royal blood?
Louis's flight was a stupid move, yet it seems it was planned. One of us will sacrifice him. That is, if they catch him.
Is that why Louis visited us at the court? To manipulate us?
Maybe deep in his heart he felt what the builders of the guillotine did. That someone has to be exposed as a traitor, even if there is none.
I don't like it. Welcome, citizen fidèle. My name is Antoine Quentin Fauquier de Tonville. I am the public prosecutor that has been assigned to assist at every tribunal trial starting from today. I should warn you that I am uncompromising, although I hope that we quickly find common ground. In happier news, the construction of the guillotine has been finished. We may begin using it today. Ah, so now we can use death penalties. Yes, we have seen it. King is gone. Treason! Anyone with information on his whereabouts should immediately disclose it to authorities. Robespierre. The comment of folk... Oh my goodness. I can irritate everyone. I can irritate everyone by sending him to prison. I love it. Have I moved up the hierarchy? Do I know anyone else now? No. Brought carrots from him myself. Please introduce yourself. Lucien Blanchot. Occupation? Currently merchant. Also, temporarily, a prisoner. You stand accused of price speculation, breaking legal price limits, and selling produce unfit for consumption. Is that all? I asked the court to add deliberate poisoning of Parisian citizens to the list of charges. Poisoning? Stale vegetables never killed anyone. So you admit to the other charges. I'm an honest entrepreneur. My business will not be harmed by such allegations. So, you're the public prosecutor who's assumedly in league with the revolutionaries. I don't want him executed, though. That's just a little extreme. I wonder what happens if you go for one in the middle. I've put 2 people in prison. Reputation is 4. Revolutionaries medium, common folk low. Okay, so in the dock is Lucien Blanchot, a resident of the Section des Graviers, Rue Meslier. Citizen Blanchot owns several grocery stores. We have received multiple complaints regarding his unfair trading practices, such as selling spoiled fruit, price speculation, and the violation of legal price limits. Mr. Blanchot has denied all the accusations, but my investigation at his stalls revealed at least some of the complaints to be justified. He claimed that the prices were inflated due to employee mistakes, and that spoiled produce was about to be disposed of on the day of inspection. It must be noted that when the inspectors pointed out his transgressions, Blanchot scolded his employees and readily set about restoring order at his stall. Which is what you'd do if it was planned anyway. A young merchant and staunch supporter of the Jacobins, he has connections with Marat and Robespierre, or so he claims. So far he's managed to get away with all his shady dealings, so there may be some truth to his boasting. Witness 1. He sold me rotten apples. He put some fresh ones on top so I wouldn't notice. My husband couldn't stop retching for 2 days after eating celery he bought from this swindler. Not questions. So, that's extenuating circumstances. That's the accusation. That's an accusation. That's an accusation. Oh no, that's oh right, that's the that's actually evidence. So I think I've lost the question. Evidence. I don't like this. I really don't like this because that's very close. So if you just get it slightly wrong, customer complaints, accusation. Okay, there we go. So that has to be counter-revolution. Okay. If I go through, I can see what the jury say, but I think it's just going to end up balanced in the middle. I don't really want to release him. Don't really want to send him to prison. I don't know what I want to do. I think prison, probably. Do admit to selling spoiled produce. Has already been established by inspectors. There is no need to go over the matter again. Answer the question. Yes and no. Yes, because I admit that such things have been reported at my stalls. No, because it was not my fault. Whose fault was it then? Can I be held accountable for nature not creating all apples equal? Apples are not citizens of France. But you are the owner of this business, and you can be held accountable for the produce you sell. I've never forced anyone to buy anything from me. So you can customers consciously purchase spoiled food. They will buy carrots as black as coal if you lower the price by a few francs, for they still expect them to taste as though they were fresh out of the ground. He's insulting people. Throw the scoundrel in chains. Did you know your produce made your customers sick? If anyone can prove that my produce was at fault, I would gladly cover the cost of their treatment or their funeral. They need only come forward. Try adding that look yourself, and you'll have your evidence. Let me remind you that witnesses' testimonies will be taken into account. You were selling people... oh dear, excrement, not food. Testimonies of jaundiced people who will do anything to hamper a wealthy man's work. Well, worthy evidence indeed. Ah, okay. Now we have two cutoffs. So seems your employees are rather prone to making mistakes. I would do everything myself if I could, but that is impossible. There was no one in Paris competent enough? Do you think so little of your fellow citizens? Most people are adults. The very fact that I must defend myself in court attests to that. Did the defendant offer adequate instructions to his subordinate? I own a chain of grocery stores, not a parish school for the dim-witted. He's insulting us. We have analysed your ledgers and discovered that you've been violating legal price limits on a regular basis. Do you deny this accusation as well? These ledgers are kept by ordinary people who are prone to making mistakes. I will analyse them again and make proper amends. You're not an administration office, Citizen Blanchot. These ledgers, in the current state, are evidence to the court. Those are mere accounting errors. A zero or a decimal put in the wrong place by mistake can all be explained. After all, are we not all friends of France here? Citizen Robespierre has assured me that we are. Has Robespierre also assured you that you can get away with falsifying records? Of course not. So why did you mention him? Robespierre is a lackey of costermongers like you. Silence or I'll adjourn the proceedings. Have they bribed the judge as well? So many complaints. Could you explain why there's so many complaints about your business over the years, and yet this is the first time you've been brought to justice? Maybe it's because most of these complaints have nothing but nonsensical claims from jealous loafers. Are you so convinced that Marat and Robespierre will protect you? I'm convinced the law will protect me. Justice is on my side. What do you mean? Law is supposed to protect the innocent. It should be on the side of those who are wronged by. Spurious the speech is not a session of the National Convention. Did anyone understand any of that? My soul cries out for justice. So the statesman you mentioned, Marat or Robespierre, will not have to deliver justice on my behalf. Yes. Ooh. Who's that? What are the defendants' confirmed political affiliations? Jacobin. What was the defense attitude to the fines issued? What fines? Oh, so I have to actually ask that final question. Price limits. Before Monsieur le Juge asked, let me make one click. Legal price limits were never deliberately broken by stalls. I found such accusations to be measures on file. You only corrected the prices upon the arrival at the inspectors. He deserves to rot in prison. The inspectors imposed a substantial fine that I paid without delay. I've already suffered the consequences of my negligence. Straight away. Okay, so we do this. So he paid immediately. What was her act? Whose act? Counter-revolutionary in nature. Oh, that must be the question I didn't get. I don't know. I can't approve this report now, which is annoying. Which was the one? No, I can't see where it lines up. Fraud, price speculation, and bribery. That must have been to do with the rotten food. So we can't do anything with that. We've missed a question. So I think, I mean, if I go prison, that lines that up. It balances things out, which is quite nice. I don't think I can afford to do that. I think we go prison and try and to balance them out a little bit. And I'm in league, and I go with them. And oh, right. So I still have to. I have to make a guess here, do I? I'm going to say no and sign that because I don't have the evidence for that. You can't. That's not fair. Sentence citizen Lucien Blanchot to prison. Lead the condemned out. Let's see how fresh he stays behind bars. I have friends in high places. I will be set free in a matter of days. You, on the other hand. Reputation and influence +1. Yay. Oh, I got that one wrong. 2 out of 3. Good job. He somehow reported he agreed with me. It's just this one was wrong. But I didn't have the question. I didn't have the information to go on it, which I don't like. Don't like not having information. I don't like just guessing things.